I'm Professor Dag, and please enjoy these 31 tales from the creep.
Chapter 8. The Gravestone. In the graveyard of an old church there is a gravestone with the name Gurley. I arrived knowing what I was there for this time. I'd been here before. I usually take my breaks from work and sit here at this place every day in and day out, never knowing there's something special about this cemetery. The grass was tall and a small wind blew through. The air smelled dry and very stagnant, and I wondered when we'd get any rain. The grave was old, the dates were from the late 1800s, and the names were Joseph B. and Annette. I stood there for a moment and wondered at who these people were in relation to me. They had to be some distant relatives, even though no one in my immediate family shared those names, so I looked around to see if there was any signs of life. Signs of life at a graveyard. Well, no time to really be humorous, but it helped ease the tension I was feeling. No one was there except me, so I went and sat down on the marble bench by the fence that surrounded the graveyard to wait. It was the day I should be here. I just didn't know the time exactly, so I waited. A small sound came from in front of me. I looked up quick. Nothing. Just the wind blowing a leaf up against one of the hundreds of tombstones around. I took out the 2 letters to look at them again and help pass some time. There was no telling how long I could be here. I couldn't connect these 2 mysterious letters I had in my possession. Was this just coincidence? Had I written something that long ago and it just fit together just right, or was this something bigger? I had to know. It had to be something bigger, or was this just a joke? Why was this happening? I looked up again at the gravestone. Suddenly a breeze blew and some dust flew in my eyes. As I rubbed my eye and reopened it, a figure stood in front of me, a few yards out. I jumped up and let out a shriek. I stammered, "What do you want?" He stood motionless for a moment, then slowly started to walk towards me. I froze with fear, knowing this was no living person. Was this the warning? Was this it? Its eye sockets darkened with no eyeballs, its skin worn away to the bone, mouth agape. It slowly raised up its hand and let out a moan. I fell backwards off the marble bench. Stumbling, I rose to my feet and tried to run. Scrambling for the gate, I tried for the latch. Just as I opened the gate, I felt its cold hand grab at my shoulder. I twisted and darted through and ran as fast as I could towards the church. I flew up the steps and banged as hard as I could on the huge wooden doors. The doors opened slow. A small voice asked, "Can I help you?" "Please let me in. Something's after me," I cried. "As you wish," said the voice. I fell headlong into the foyer, breathing heavily. I choked out, "Thank you." And before I could explain my situation, I looked up in the dimly lit room to find no one there at all.